Okay, this is the hardest one there is because it's saying if we collect 24 grams in total of this product, while performing labs and combining this amount of grams of NO2 and 54 grams of HCl, saying what is the percent yield? Well, first we have to find theoretical yield, and we can't find theoretical yield unless we find the limiting reactant. So step one is we got to convert both into Cl2. So first I'm going to start with MnO2, and it tells me, what should I put for MnO2? 48 grams. 48 grams MnO2 and put it over 1. Grams of MnO2 on the top on that side, so I better put it on the bottom on this side, over 1 mole. Always got to convert to moles. I did a little bit of math up here just to make this go a little bit faster for the video's sake. And I calculated already that it's 87 grams by using my periodic table. Great. I know that I'm doing it correctly because I got grams here and grams here. Now, 1 mole, MnO2. If I got moles MnO2 on the top here, I got to have moles MnO2 on the bottom here. I have to tell in this box. And this is where I convert it. Always converting has to go through moles. So I'm going to convert Cl2. And how many moles do I have? I got to go to my chemical formula. Cl2, there's no number in front of it, so I'm just going to put 1. For MnO2, there's also no number in it, so I'm just going to put 1. Great. And moles and moles will cancel. So right now I'm in moles of Cl2, but I want to get to grams of CO2. So if I got moles of Cl2 on the top of here, I gotta have moles Cl2 on the bottom here. It's always gonna be 1, and then I gotta do grams. Again, I already did some math, so 70.9 grams Cl2. Now I gotta do some math. I will be left in grams of Cl2, but first, what is 48? Let me grab my calculator. 48 times 1 times 1 times 70.9. 48 times 1 times 1 times 70.9 equals 3,403.02. Is that correct? Did I remember that properly? 3,403. Yep. Now I got to get the bottom number, so I'm going to do it again. 1 times 87 times 1 times 1. Well, I know that one, 87. So now my top number divided by my bottom number equals 39.12 grams of Cl2. So that's how much can be made here. Now this is just to find my limiting reactant. So I'm going to do the math again for my other reactant, which in this case is HCl, and it says that HCl 54 grams of HCl. So I'm going to do that. 54 grams HCl, stick that over 1. I got grams of HCl on the top here. I'm going to have grams of HCl on the bottom here. Again, to speed up this video, I already did the math. 36.45 goes in this box. 1 mole HCl goes on the top. Mole of HCl goes on the bottom here because I want my units to cancel. And this is where I got to do a tiny bit of research. And then mole of the thing I'm looking for, which is Cl2. Looking at Cl2, there's no number, so I'm going to put a 1. Looking in front of HCl, there's a 4, so I'm going to put a 4. Great, so now those units cancel. I'm in moles of Cl2, but I want to be in grams of Cl2. So again, I'm looking for something. Grams Cl2, moles Cl2. 1 mole, how many grams are there in Cl2? Already did the math. 70.9. So I'm going to get a number for the top. 54 times 1 times 1 times 70.9. See what that gives me. 54 times 1 times 1 times 70.9. 3828. So my top number is 3828.6. My bottom number is going to be 36.45 times 4 times 1. So let me get my bottom number, 36.45 times 4 times 1. It's going to be 145.8. 8. That's going to give me a final of, all right, 3828.6 divided by 145.8 of 26.26 grams, 26.26 grams of Cl2. All right, so this is now, I got to compare these two numbers. I can only make as much as my limiting reactant. So this is the most I can possibly make. 26.26 is the most I can possibly make. So in theory, this is the most I can make. So now I know my theoretical yield is 26.2. I'm just going to follow this formula now. 26.2, 26.26, and the question tells me that the student made 24. So 24 divided by 26.26 times 100, it's going to be 24 divided by 26.26 equals 91 times 100, 91.4%. That's pretty good. 91.4% yield. Very, very, very long problem. This is as hard as it gets. Good luck.